How you guys doing? It's Ace, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an advanced box fighting map. So before the video starts, there's a couple of things you guys need to know. Is that this box fighting map is not going to be an aesthetic map like my box fighting map that I made before. If you guys haven't checked that out, make sure to check it out and then come back to this video. This map will mainly focus on making the box fighting map a 1v1, 2v2, free-for-all, 4v4, and a 3v3 map. So basically you could literally do anything you want in this map. It's not going to be the most aesthetic box fighting map, but it'll get the job done. The reason I chose to do this is because it's easier and more of you guys could make it rather than doing an aesthetic map, which will take longer. If you guys haven't already, please use my code ACEYT in the Fortnite item shop. It helps me out a lot. And if you guys haven't, please subscribe and drop a like in this video, which also helps me out. So the first thing you guys need to do is choose the grid map that is on Creative for Fortnite. So once you guys are loaded in, first you're going to make a box where your players will basically spawn. So to do that, just go to gallery and choose whatever materials you want to build a box with. So I just made a quick 5x4 box. This is where your player is going to spawn in and choose if they want a 1v1, 2v2, 3v3, or free-for-all. What you guys need to do next is go to device and choose the spawn pads and put the spawn pads down everywhere. Keep this side open so you can put text over here. What you guys also need to do is change the settings of the spawn pad to basically make the map look cleaner. What you want to do is use as island starter yes, and visual during game you have to put that as no. What you guys could do next is get the text, which you'll use later, but you could just have it for now. This is where you're gonna put where people need to go when they want to 1v1. So once you're done, this is what it should look like. I only did one of them, but you also need to do team. So basically you're gonna say team 2v2, and then you're gonna put the team, and then you're gonna say 3v3, then you're gonna put the team, you're gonna say free for all, then you go to the team. I only did one, but basically it's the same thing for all of them. This is basically telling the person, if you want a 1v1, one person go to team 2, the other person go to team 3. I'll set up that right now. To set up your 1v1, what you need to do is actually make another box. So I'm gonna do that right now.
Self-care, I keep fighting for it takes so long, but I swear I'ma make it for all these wrongs.
So what you need to do first is get out your spawn pads again, and this time you want to put one in the center of both corners and change one to team 2 and the other to team 3. This is the setting you want to use for one of the spawn pads. This is the setting you want to use for the second spawn pad. So now your 1v1 is done. If people want to 1v1, one of them needs to go to team 2, the other one needs to go to team 3, and now they can 1v1. We'll set up the barriers later after we're done with the map. We also want to have a 2v2, so we could just add that in the same box. So get another spawn pad and put it close to the spawn pads that you had before. Since we have a 2v2, 2 people will be on this side and 2 people will be on this side. So what we need to do is put 2 spawn pads down and put them in the same basically team. So this is what you want to have for the settings. And on this side, you guys need to do the same thing, but you guys need to choose a different team. So basically this is done. You have team 4 here and team 5 here. So now if this was me, I'll basically add another thing that says just like this, and I'll put it right here and I'll say 2v2, and then for the team I'll put team 4 and team 5. So 2 people need to go to team 4 and 2 people need to go to team 5, and then they'll spawn up right here. One group will spawn right in these 2 paths and the other group will spawn in these 2 paths, and they could fight. Since you're gonna add a 3v3, we need to add another box. Since we now have another box, we're basically going to do the same thing with the spawn pads. But now since we're doing a 3v3 and a 4v4, we could actually add both of them in the same map. So what we need to do is put 4 spawn pads down. On 4 of them, we're going to do the same thing as we did before, but we're going to put it at team 6 because team 6 is not being used right now. So since we're done, we basically have team 6 on one side and team 7 on the other side. So basically the same thing's gonna happen as before. You're gonna put another text on this side. You're gonna say 3v3 and 4v4, and then you're gonna put same thing just like this. You're gonna put team 6 and team 7. So once they go to team 6 and once 3 people goes to team 6, they'll spawn right here, and the other team will spawn right here. And if there's a 4v4, 4 people will spawn right here and the other 4 will spawn right here. Now all we have left is a free-for-all. Most people usually like does a free-for-all with 4 people, so that's all I'm going to be showing you. So what you need to do is you could create another box if you want, but we could just use this box that we have from before. This is the second box that we have created. We're just going to add spawn pads all the way in the corner. And since this is a free-for-all, we need every single person to have different teams. So we're gonna use teams that has not been used before. So I'm gonna change this one to team 10, and then I'm gonna use the same settings that I have done before. And then I'm just gonna keep on doing the other ones. As you see, we have 1 to team 10, 11, 12, and 13. So 4 people basically gonna spawn in 4 different corners, and then they'll 1v1. So now we need to add the barriers so people can't get out of their box before 5 seconds. So what you guys need to do is come down to device and come right here, and then you'll find this. So what we're going to do with this is basically change this to a barrier. So what you need to do is get this to the right size. Make sure you get as long as possible. So before I paste the other one, I forgot to tell you guys the settings that you're going to be using. All you guys need to do is change this, destroy and receiving from. You need to change that to channel 1. We'll go to that later. I forgot to mention, but on the free-for-all map, as you see, this is also the 1v1, 2v2, and the free-for-all. What you need to do is add an extra barrier on this side, so the player that's over here and on that corner and that corner, they can't shoot each other. So if I'm right here and I don't have a barrier, I could just shoot the person that's over there. So I need to add a barrier right here and the other side. So basically, you guys are gonna do the same thing as we did before and just reshape it however you want and just add a barrier just like this. You just gotta do that to all 4 corners. Now after the barrier is up, we need to make the barrier disappear after 5 seconds. So this is really easy. All you gotta do is get the explosive device, put it anywhere in the map. It doesn't matter where. I'm just gonna put it right here. So what you need to do is come down right here and put the delay to 5 seconds, or any amount of seconds you want, depending on how long you want before the barrier to drop. And you'll also want to change this. Come right here, change this to channel 1. When exploded, transmit it on, put that to channel 1. After that, we need to add the weapons. So go to devices and take out team settings and inventory. So what we need to do is basically add the weapons. Most people usually use and shotgun and an AR. So that's what I'm gonna do right here. They also need some fidgets, so I'm gonna use one fidget and 2 minis. And you also have to remember to put some ammo, so you're gonna get a little ammo of everything. And also make sure to put wood. So now all you need to do is drop everything over here. The way you drop it is how they're gonna have it on the inventory. So if I drop my AR first, the AR is gonna be on the first slot of their inventory. Now I just have to you can pause the video and copy, but these are basically all of the settings you will need in the map. So pause the video or slow the video down and just copy literally every single settings that you have seen in this 3. So once you guys are done copying the settings for the map will basically be done. You guys could go and use it and basically do whatever you guys want with it. So this is a map that I've made before. If you guys follow all of my steps and get like a little creative with it, you can make a map like this. I made a video on this, and basically the map code will be on the screen right now. So this is what I was showing before. This is what you guys need to do with the text. So to start the game, it'll basically be the same thing in every single map depending on what team that you put. So for this, I have put team 2 and 3 and 5 and 6. So if I want to 1v1 someone, I just have to change to team 2. And the other person needs to go to team 3, and I just have to start the game. As you see, the barriers are just like this in the other map, but these are just closer. This is just what I did. And then you could 1v1 your friends.